You have had a busy week, the pair of you. Jason, you met Gary Neville this week and had a chat with Gary. How did you get on with Gary?
Well, you know, we did well. He asked some hard-hitting questions. Entertainment journalists usually have to, tap dance around things. He just came right at it.
And then you went to the Etihad City-Arsenal game. What was that like?
Oh, that was great.
Hell of a game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, he would disagree.
Yeah, he's not...
not happy.
Tough day at the office. Tough day at the office.
Yeah.
What did Noel have to say? What did he have to say?
Well, I mean, he was interviewing us he's getting a podcast.
What?
Yeah,
did he do a podcast?
Yeah, called OAS.
Okay.
Don't know.
He's done with it.
Yeah. I'm using my craft for evil. No, he was great. He has not watched the show, so we had nothing to talk about.
This show, I was like...
No, he loves this show. But no, his 12-year-old son had watched the show, and so he was aware of it that way.
So, Brendan, you're Arsenal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't need... Obviously, no one needs a reason to support a team, but is there a...
Long story short, I moved to Amsterdam, and I had not been into football at all, and Dutch people were like, well, you should watch Arsenal, because there's Dutch folks on there. Dennis Bergkamp and Mark Overmars. Then around then I read Fever Pitch, and then finally, walking past the pub once, and like, oh, it's Chelsea 2, Arsenal nothing, there's 20 minutes left, and it's away. It's Arsenal away. I'm proud of myself. I'm learning the sport. And in the preceding 15 minutes, Kanu scored his hat trick, including that third amazing goal, and well, we're done now.
Yeah.
Those are the guys.
Superb. Right, Jason, you're like, I heard Jason's a City fan, and then it's like, well, he kind of likes Arsenal, he kind of likes West Ham, and he kind of likes... It's like...
I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
No, I am. I've got one of my tentacles in about 8 different teams. Yeah. Man City became my team because when we started writing the show, one of the best ways to do research I've found as an American to learn about your beautiful game is through playing EA Sports FIFA. And they're a solid squad. Man City's been for the last 3-4 years, and so that's who I picked. And then Arsenal, if you hang around with this guy enough, anything he's into, you get into because he's got such love and enthusiasm for it. So yeah, I'm kind of a little agnostic.
Yeah.
A little agnostic. Yeah.
A little, yeah, but you're coming along.
I am. I'm getting there. Yeah.
Speaking of love and enthusiasm, let's talk about Ted Lasso. Brilliant Ted Lasso.
Please.
Into the 3rd season. Obviously, no spoilers. What can we expect?
Aye, boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
We got some football.
Got some football. I mean, just by the way the Premier League season schedule works, we know we must be playing West Ham again.
That's true. Probably have some fellas hugging. It's an emotional show.
Yeah. Apologizing while they hug?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us how the show came about, Jason.
I mean, it really came about through those early days of us working together in Amsterdam with our buddy Joe. I encouraged a bunch of people to chip in, buy a PlayStation so I could play Tony Hawk Pro Skater. He said to get FIFA. This was in 2000, so we were going Arsenal against United, the default screens. Cut to 13 years later, I'm asked to do a commercial for the Premier League being played in the States on NBC Sports. I was like, can I bring on 2 writers? I brought on our buddy Joe Kelly and Brendan. It was an immediate choice. We did one commercial in 2013. Folks over here liked it. Folks over there liked it. And then we did one in 2014. Wow. Then it went away. We talked about it in 2015. Then it went away for years. We got hooked up with a buddy of ours, Bill Lawrence, who created the show Scrubs. And he was like, oh, this could be a TV show. We had already given him some ideas. And he was like, yeah, this could do it. And so then, cut to 5 years after that, here we are. On Soccer AM, gosh dang it.
It's amazing. And your characters, are they based on anyone?
Not really. I mean, a little bit in the sense of, the philosophy is this great college basketball coach from UCLA named John Wooden. He's the guy. I mean, incredible quotes, don't let making a living interfere with making a life. Stuff like that, almost philosophical in a way. But he was also just, cared about the young men. He coached, Bill Walton and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's very, mindful of social activism and whatnot, as well as understanding these kids. But then the voice, I'm just kind of doing a version of a bunch of my dad's friends growing up in Kansas, or stuff like that. Is yours guys based on anybody?
Those them big faces on Easter Island?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
main thing.
Because I watched the show. How far, especially you, how far away are you actually from your character here today? You're so near the mark.
I am far more a blabbermouth than the taciturn Coach Beard, and I'm way less manly.
Yeah.
What's that?
Way less manly.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
right, OK, I didn't hear it properly. Sorry, I've lost the plot.
Is there a little bit of Ted in Jason?
Yeah.
I mean, Occasionally. I think there's a little bit of Ted in all of us at this point, right?
I hope so.
I mean? Right? No, I mean, I've made the joke that Ted is like me on my best day, which is maybe having, a pint on a friend's boat on a nice sunny day on an empty stomach, where you just kind of feel good about the world, and you're like, nothing can go wrong now. Yeah.
I get it.
Brendan, we hear you're the on-set stato.
I mean, not full stato, but you want me on your pub quiz team.
Yeah.
You're up there.
Calling a shot. It's absolutely true.
Is it fair to say, I love the show, and it is a football show and it's a comedy show, but would it be fair to say that the show's about kindness?
Yeah. I mean, a little bit, yeah. Or at least the opportunity to, use kindness to approach a situation or a difficulty. And not just kindness towards the people that did something wrong to you, but also the kindness that we can often forget to extend to ourselves,
Because what I like about Ted is the fact that he doesn't go in, and said, this is the way you have to do it. He goes in, he lets everyone kind of work it out for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, as a, fairly recent father, my kids, figure things out for themselves and end up, sticking with them. If I just tell them how to do it, you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime, you give a man a fish, his room's going to stink.
Am I right on this as well? Even Joe Biden loves it.
Yeah.
You went to the White House, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've got to say that you look superimposed there. I've got to say.
I really do. Yeah,
it's really happened, though. Yeah.
That's just me being extremely white. Yeah, but we didn't know that. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I didn't know that it was going to be filled with actual press. I thought we were just going to do a fun little pre-tape thing, and about half hour before doing that, it was like, okay, we're going to squeeze your friend James Lance, who plays Trent Krim. We're going to squeeze him in. People made room. I was like, what do you mean people made room? It's like,
what do you mean squeeze?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and then we walk in there, and then, oh my goodness, I could have, really affected the stock market with that platform. Yeah. I did not, though. Yeah, we just went in there, say a few things and let them get on to bigger, more important matters.
Jeff Stelling and Chris Kamara have both appeared in the show.
Yes.
Who would be your dream cameo if you could have someone from maybe from the world of football as opposed to broadcasting?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, no spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't? Right.
That's interesting.
Right, okay.
And that's accurate. I didn't know you were going to come at him with such...
Oh, you're in trouble.
Mystique. This is... yeah, I mean, gosh, who would it be? I was going to say Henri, but we've had him. But as a commentator, so that kind of ruins it.
One that we missed the boat on was Christian Pulisic. Like, as American soccer fans, we have a certain, national duty to try to get him on there, and we almost did. And then the last minute, we're like, no, there's a better bit we can do.
Yeah.
But we just can't do that one tomorrow. We're going to bring him back in a couple of months.
We literally wanted to, because over here when you order pizzas, they don't cut them up. We thought it was like, order a pizza.
But over here they don't cut pizza?
I found, no, but every time I order a pizza, like a lot of times they show it full. It was like all around. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with this? Just tearing at it like it's challah bread. And, but we thought it would be funny that Christian would be at the pub. Hey, wait, is that Christian Pulisic? He orders a pizza and he brings out his own pizza cutter, like a big ass thing. He's like, this guy, he's learning the ropes here.
He's lived here a while.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Very wise.
You whistle stop tour of football grounds. It continues at Sellers Park this lunchtime, but you are sticking around for a little kicking pro-am before you shoot off.
Got to try to tear a meniscus.
Please.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right. Season 3 of Ted Lasso is available now on Apple TV+, but for the time being, please thank you to Jason Sudeikis and Brendan Hunt.